Federal judge has temporarily blocked Texas's abortion law, the most restrictive in the country. The law effectively banned abortions in the Lone Star State, barring doctors from doing the procedure after about 6 weeks of pregnancy. National correspondent Paul Gerke live with a look and the ruling and reaction to it. Paul?
Good morning, Adrian. That order was issued by U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman, who says he will not sanction one more day of this, quote, offensive deprivation of a constitutional right. This reverses SB 8, that so-called heartbeat bill, which took effect in Texas on September 1st. This is the one that offers common citizens a $10,000 bounty for successful lawsuits against abortion providers. Planned Parenthood says it saw an 80% decrease in Texas patients in just the first 2 weeks. This all comes out of a Biden administration lawsuit, which argued that the restrictions of SB 8 were enacted in defiance of the Constitution. Josh Blackman, a constitutional law professor in Houston, shares what he thinks the next step for that suit will be.
I ultimately don't think this lawsuit will work for a host of reasons, but I think that in the interim, clinics probably will stay closed. They won't start performing abortion services, at least until the U.S. Supreme Court has a say.
More on SCOTUS in just a second. First, the other side of this issue. Texas Right to Life spokesperson Kimberlyn Schwartz argues this is ultimately the legacy of Roe versus Wade, that you have activist judges bending over backward, bending precedent, bending the law in order to cater to the abortion industry. These activist judges will create their conclusion first, that abortion is a so-called constitutional right, and then work backward from there. Texas officials will seek a reversal from the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. That's the very same court that previously allowed this ban to stand. The Supreme Court, back to SCOTUS as I mentioned, began its new session on Monday. In December, they're set to hear about a different abortion case out of Missouri, another very restrictive law that could have a very direct impact on what happens in Texas. So we'll keep our eyes on that, Adrian.
All right, Paul, thank you so much for the reporting. A lot of